Day 15 of Detroit Lions training camp is in the books, and they face off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't forget, tomorrow is the absolute last day you can see the Detroit Lions 2023 training camp. That is also a joint practice. It is open to the public. You must have a ticket. If you're going, I will see you down there if we don't get rained out. Looks like Jared Goff didn't have his best day, and we had flashes of the run game finally, which has pretty much been kind of laying dormant for pretty much all of training camp. But let's take a look. And we also know that Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams were injured. We're going to start there today. Again, coming from Pride of Detroit, everything will be linked in the description. Both Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams left with leg injuries. St. Brown tried to come back on the field after getting his ankle taped, but the Lions opted to shut him down for the day. Williams pulled up and grabbed the back of his right leg during a 7-on-7 drill. He ended up heading back to the locker room after walking off the field under his own power. We'll know more about the status of both after Dan Campbell's press conference on Thursday morning. The overall good news is that the Lions came into the day in very good health. Only running back Mohamed Ibrahim and wide receivers Denzel Mims and Maurice Alexander were not accounted for. That's unfortunate. I made a video earlier today about those two gentlemen getting hurt. And it's unfortunate about those last three guys. You got Mohamed, you've got Maurice, and the other individual as well. They're all trying to make the team. You can't make the team if you can't play. So that's kind of unfortunate to see. The good news is, we talked about it, that Amon-Ra was probably solid. It's Jameson might have a more severe injury, hamstrings. Somebody left in the comment section of the video earlier today about they're taking a while to heal. So he probably won't be able to play Saturday or the Friday after that in the preseason finale, which will be unfortunate because we talked about it all the time that Jameson Williams needs all the reps he can get. But what about the run game? It says it's been a relatively quiet camp for the run game, but Wednesday was a huge step in the right direction, perhaps bolstered by the return of Frank Ragnow, who missed last week of joint practices for the birth of his child. There were several rushing lanes for both Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. During a red zone drill, the Red Seas parted between Taylor Decker and Jonah Jackson for a fairly easy 10-yard rush for Gibbs. That's fantastic because we've been talking about the run game. And we didn't really get to see much of it. Like, don't get me wrong, Jamal Williams, he was great for 4 or 5 yards. He had over 1,000-yard season, but we didn't really see any explosive plays. And I think we're going to see that with Jahmyr Gibbs. So I can't wait. And then we got the breaking tackle machine in David Montgomery, who is going to do that and much more when it comes to the explosive plays. So I think both of them are going to have explosive plays, but I think Jahmyr will be the more explosive. Jared Goff had a bad day today. It does happen. But the defense, after having a tough day, a tough start against Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars offense, seems like they bounced back. Here's what Pride of Detroit had to say. During red zone 7-on-7s, admittedly a drill that favors the offense, Trevor Lawrence lit up the Lions secondary with touchdowns in 3 of 6 plays. Then during the next 11-on-11 series, Lawrence found Calvin Ridley for a 50-plus yard touchdown after Jerry Jacobs stopped running with him. Now, we had a conversation about Jerry Jacobs and me telling you guys that I don't believe that he is a true number 2 cornerback. But let's take a look at the play that Jeremy is referring to. This is the play, a 50-yard bomb from Trevor Lawrence to Calvin Ridley, the newly unsuspended Jacksonville Jaguar. My question is, why did Jerry stop running? What happened here? Jerry Jacobs is nowhere in this frame. Why did you stop running? But again, as I said before, Jerry Jacobs, in my opinion, is not a true number 2, but that's what I feel. And, it's just my opinion. But it says, let's take a look. But Detroit's secondary rebounded in a big way. As noted in an earlier piece, C.J. Gardner-Johnson laid 2 crushing hits that forced fumbles. And we will take a look at one of those here. Not this one. It is this one here. This is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I heard about this hit earlier today. Look at that hit, man. Vicious hit. Ball popped straight out. Hit him with that left shoulder. It looks like he hit the ball on purpose. If you look down, it looks like he kind of initiated the contact. Hold on. Let's take a look. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. If you look, okay, let me pause this so it won't play. If you look here, as he's going in, it looks like he starts to kind of lean that left shoulder in to create. Now, it could just be the contact that the receiver made, but it looks like CJ purposely kind of linked that left shoulder in to pop that ball right out. And look at it. And it was actually recovered by the Detroit Lions. So that's pretty much, in a nutshell, what happened at training camp today. Seems like Jacksonville got the better of us today. And then we lost two of our wide receivers, which allowed Chase Cota, which wasn't really mentioned in the part that I read so far. It could have been in the notes in the bottom. But I was hearing earlier today that Chase Cota was one of the guys that stepped up, Dylan Drummond as well. And those are two guys that have an opportunity to make the team. The 53, not so sure. I don't think we have room for both of them, but at least the practice squad after the 53-man roster is filled to be able to come up when need be to step up for our team. So those are training camp day 15. Don't remember, meaning you'll forget. Don't forget and remember that tomorrow is the last day of training camp. Open to the public. You'll just need a ticket. If you need a ticket, I have one extra one that I can share with somebody. Just make sure you email the email that is in the description of this video, and I can send it to you if you want to attend. With that being said, this is it. Tomorrow is our last training camp. It's on to join. I don't know if it's the end of training camp, but it's the end of training camp for the fans. So hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. It's not supposed to be as hot. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.